Hey guys, what's going on? Let me fix the camera. Make sure I look skinny. Alright, yeah, right. Anyway, Friday version of commute video. So, driving to work. Right now it's a little darker, but I figured I'd start the video a little early because I like to make this video on my commute more so on the side roads versus the main roads because it can get loud. So I take as many side roads as I can just to make this video. I know it's still loud and it's still annoying, but I apologize. Maybe I will listen to Kamar and get a holster and put it up somewhere in my car at some point. Or maybe not. Who the hell knows? But anyway, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. And I just want to thank you guys again for, there's been a lot of viewership on my content lately, a lot of comments, and I do greatly appreciate it. I know everyone's time is valuable. So I do, it makes me very happy when I actually see, people watching, enjoying, and even hating my stuff. It's all enjoyable. Anyway, so let's talk about yesterday. Stupid car warning light blinking. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about the funds, the payments that were made for YieldMax. So, a lot of disappointment in many people's eyes, especially for TSLY. They went from 70 or 80 cents last month to 58 cents. And, I just wanted to say it's okay, right? Not every month is a smooth, smooth transactions. They're playing options, and options can go either way. They can kill it, they could, get killed, or they could do okay. And, so this month they did okay. 58 cents is okay. I mean, it's better than okay, honestly. The yield still comes out to like 50%, so I don't know, we really can't be mad about that. The problem is we're comparing it to the prior month, and the prior month, did well. The prior month before that did even better. So I think what's coming next month. I think next month we would not be disappointed. But again, you can't tell until the options transactions play out. So yeah, TSLY, for the most part, people are happy or sad, or no one's like, yahoo! But overall, yeah, I want a little more, but it's okay. It's okay. Also, Coney did not pay. Coney, they announced on their Twitter 5 days ago that Coney was part of the distribution announcement, and for whatever reason, it's not. So I owned 100 Coney, expecting a payment. So when I heard that news, this is again yesterday, the day before ex-dividend, I actually sold my shares, and I was up 2 to 3%, so I took gain, and I bought, I sold MSFO, I sold Zomo, and I sold Coinbase because they're not paying. And I bought TSLY, I bought Appley, who was down yesterday, and I bought AMZ. And I'm gaining about $70 more in my September payment. Something around that, which to me was worth it, right? Simple movement of money in one day, I'm gaining another $70 on the distribution that's expected. I think it's September 18th or so. So yeah, I'm going to buy back into Coney, I'm going to buy back into MSFO, and I'm going to buy back into Zomo over the coming month, averaging in. So it's not like I don't like those funds, I do. Especially, Coney, higher risk, but higher yield, right? That's the expectation. Also, they launched in mid-August. So you're going to get 1.5 months of premium action. I don't know how the premium action went because I don't follow Coney like I do TSLY, but if it went well, it could be a freaking massive distribution. So, we'll see what happens on that. How about the others? So, Aptly and Phoebe, I think they were around 17%, which, yeah, we wanted more, but I mean, that's still good. These are pretty, like, these are blue chip these are safe companies, and they're paying you a distribution of, a massive one too, that beats the majority, everyone else. It's a killing SCHD, it's killing, all the others. So I don't know why everyone's so mad. There's going to be better months for sure. So overall, I'm not complaining. What else? Nvidia is by far the best performer. Last week I was up in my capital alone 11%. Now I'm down. No, I'm not down. I'm only up like a couple percentages, but it's also ex-dividend day, so they're paying today, so it's going to go down. But their dividend was 90 cents or so. So their yield, based on the latest payment, it's kind of in line with TSLY. So they caught up. It's because volatility, options movement, things like that. Tesla, the underlying stock for Tesla, is not always as volatile as it has been, when you got the dollar or so. And again, there's a lot of factors involved. So, and what are those factors? It's their options trades that they do. It's how they work out. It's how the underlying stock performs, and it's the interest that they earn on the treasuries. So there's a lot of factors. So it's not going to be steady. So these YouTubers that say, "Oh my God, this is not steady income, man. This is what a decrease." We know. We don't need you to tell us. But so don't be too worried. I think most of you guys know the risks of these funds, and really the biggest risk is the underlying stock. So if you're trusting that the underlying stock will stay flat or move up in the long term, then, in my opinion, you should feel pretty good about that. However, you also want volatility. You want these stocks to be volatile. I mean, you can't have it all, because when it's volatile, they can go down just as they go up, and it could make you sleep less at night. It depends, it depends on what you're willing to risk, your tolerance, and all that jazz. So anyway, back to the payments. Nvidia, awesome. Killed it. Thank God. I wish I owned more Nvidia. That's pretty much it. No one else is worth talking about. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I made a video on it yesterday, and that video did pretty damn good. And I know I said dividend cut. I shouldn't have said dividend or cut. I should have said decrease in distribution, okay? When you make these videos, keep in mind, I'm making them in the morning, right before work, or at my lunch break. And that's pretty much it. I'm rushed. I don't have a lot of time. I don't edit. I can't. There's no time. I'm just making them for fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm not editing. I don't care if I screw up. It happens. These videos, take them as they are. I'm not perfect here. I'm just relaying information that I know, that I believe. So anyway, the hell was I talking about? So yeah, yesterday's video did pretty damn good about the September distributions. So one thing, what else did I want to talk about? I need to write down an agenda here. But one thing I was looking at this morning, because I wanted to get an idea. Again, I follow TSLY. I'm very high on Tesla. I own about, right now my YieldMax, my Retire Now account is 60% Tesla. I know, so bad. Big mistake. I have to diversify. I know. But that makes me follow TSLY a little more. And I was looking at their calls. They have one expiring Yeah, I believe today it expires today. It's at 245 call. The current price pre-market was, last time I checked, 249. So if the stock price goes below 245, they can let that expire worthless and use those shares to sell a call next week. If the stock price stays above the strike price of 245, then they can roll that into next week. And they can get good premium on that, or they could roll it, out and up. They can move the price, up. So it depends. So look out for that today. There's going to be an intraday trade today, most likely, because, again, unless Tesla, even if Tesla goes under 245, they may roll it anyway. I don't know, because they can't take that risk if it's getting that close to the strike price. They can't get called because they don't have the shares, so they'll probably roll it. So look out for an intraday trade by end of day today, or end of market close. And I'll try to keep current on those and post them on YouTube as I can. It's hard because they make moves all the time, but I'll try, or at least I'll try to explain the weekly moves on my Friday commutes. There's also a call that is a 225 call, expires next month. That's a bad one. So in looking at that call, I don't know, Tesla could go back down to that price, and which will be a good thing for that call. However, if they don't, they're going to have to continue to roll that one, not now, but next month, up and out. They'll probably have to do up and out again, and they may have to take a hit. They may have to pay premium in order to do that, because the gap between the current price and that call price is too much. You're not gonna make money. If they moved it out to a further date, they could probably make a little money, but you don't want to stay at 225, especially if Tesla is on the way up. You want to move that strike up. You want to move up with Tesla. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not sure if it did or not, but if it did, great. If not, leave a comment. Let me know. Again, the comments, I answer all the comments. Usually, unless it's just like pure negativity, then there's no response needed. I'm not going to change your mind. Unless it's a question, a negative question, that's fine. I can try to answer it. But for the most part, I do answer all the comments. They are, they're growing, so it's a little harder, but I'm doing my best. So yeah, that's for TSLY. And it's freaking deers everywhere. It's a little earlier, a little darker than usual, so deer on the road. My payment expected, just so you guys know, if you care, it's about $1,200 for all the YieldMax funds combined. Obviously less than I had estimated, so that's okay. But I'll use that, and I'll continue to average in daily. I was doing 10 a day. I may have to do 5 shares per day on YieldMax or other funds, just to be able to dollar cost average in every single day, because I don't have, I'm only putting in $250 a week, plus I'm reinvesting manually the distributions that I'm getting, and it's not enough to do 10 shares a day. 10 shares a day usually averages around $200, depending on which stock, but so I can't do that. I'll have to do 5 a day. But yeah, my strategy remains. I will continue to buy the shares that are down, and the ones that I am down on, I'll have to restart a position in Zomo, MSFO, and Coney for this month. Build it up for the following distribution, because obviously they will pay. And I will continue to not own DSO, because I don't want to own Disney. Too woke, way too woke for me. And they're just, they're not doing that well. So as a company, their stock has plummeted over the past, few years or so. And since they cut their dividend, I've been out since then. I never liked that they paid semi-annual. to begin with, and they cut their dividends. So, due to COVID, of course, but whatever. Screw them. So yeah, that's it, I guess, for the YieldMax updates. Let me know, leave a comment. I'm curious to what you guys think about NVIDIA and TSLY. Are you do you plan on redistributing your funds equally, or is TSLY still the favorite in most people's eyes? And also, what are you getting paid this month? And are you dripping automatically, or are you manually reinvesting? I highly recommend manually reinvesting because you can time it out better. You don't have to put it all in the same day. Remember, the day before the ex-dividend date is when you need to own the shares to qualify for the distribution. So today is ex-dividend date. So obviously, as far as September goes, you can't buy today. You're not to qualify. But for October, you don't have to use all your money to buy the shares today. You have until the October, the day before the October ex-dividend date. So just keep that in mind. That way, because these funds, they go up and down all the time. So, take your time, think about it, or you may even find a better fund, right? Like for me, I bought SVOL, and I need to increase that because I feel comfortable with that, with that ETF. So I'm going to find others. I do like SPY. So I will make a position in that, hopefully this month. Small position, 5 shares probably. 5 shares a day. That's it. 5 shares a day, baby. And it keeps me active. I like being active. I like making moves every day. However, if nothing is on discount, if my entire account is in the green, I am not buying. I will look outside of those shares and I'll buy something else, but I'm not going to average up. I'm not doing it because these funds will go back down. That I know. So why would I average up? If I'm in the green, it's house money, baby. Let it roll, let it go. So, and you guys should do the same, but it's up to you. It's your money. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. A broke-ass investor making YouTube videos for your fun and entertainment. Changed my name from Broke Investor, by the way, to Retire on Dividends. And the feedback is much better because people, took that too literally. They're like, I'm not listening to this jackass, broke investor. So I changed it to Retire on Dividends. The main reason I changed it to that is because I am going to retire on dividends early. I am. Yeah, so that's it. And I'm sharing the whole journey. And I hopefully you guys enjoy it. And hopefully you can take a thing or two from it. And have fun with it. That being said, again, I completely forgot everything I wanted to talk about, but I know there's this channel, I Am Kamir, I think it's Kamir Nation now. He made a comment on yesterday's video, which I loved. He said, he has a 401k or a retirement plan. He said someone at work, I guess HR, whatever, works in a retirement plan, said, oh wow, you're doing great. You have a lot of money in retirement. And he's like, no, I'm not. I can't touch it until I'm old and probably dead. And it's, it's just so simple, but so true. Like, the old school methodology, or old school thinking, I should say, is get a job, get a 401k, max out your distributions, whether it be for Roth 401k, Roth IRA, max them out, because that way you can live tax-free at retirement. And the tax-free part is a no-brainer. That's amazing. The Roth vehicle is amazing. Which, again, I made this point earlier. I don't trust the government, so the fact that it's tax-free, who knows what could happen. I assume they can't mess with that, but again, who knows. But anyway, so you're 24 years old, you get your first job, your first job if you're a spoiled kid. Real people get their first job at 14 years old or 16 years old. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about here. When you get your first full-time 401k job, I should say, you're thinking, oh, I should invest in a retirement plan. And then I get to use all of that money in retirement. Meanwhile, I'm struggling. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. However, I'm going to have $1 or $2 million at retirement. So I'm going to be so well off when I'm 62 years old. I might be able to not walk, I might be dead, or I might be crippled, or I might be, who knows, but I'll have more money than I do now. So, I mean, all I'm going to say is just sit back and think about that for a second, right? I'm not saying don't invest in your retirement. I'm still, I invest a little more than the match. I mean, you have to at least take the match that your company offers. That's free money. You can't go wrong with free money. I do a little more because I still love the Roth. Me and my wife, we have Roth 401ks, and I love it. So the fact, there's two things, that I hate about the 401k. One is you can't touch it without a penalty, and two is my 401k specifically, it tells me what index funds I can invest in. Like, I can't invest in what I want. I have to invest in what, the company selects as index funds. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? I've been thinking about that all the time. It's just such crap. So what I do is, I make the best of it. Annually, I go through the funds, I see who's performing the best. I do pretty much the most aggressive index funds, and I just, I allocate the new funds into the best performing index funds. That's all I can do. And obviously, I can sit here and complain about it. So as long as I'm working at the company I'm working for, that is my option in that retirement account. So is it a good one? No. But it's what I got. So hopefully, whatever's in there, it's in growth stock, so it'll grow until, and then I can touch it. There's, again, there's a rule of 55. If I quit my job by 55, I can use that money, which is a good thing. 55 is not as bad as 62. So, however, I do want to retire or have the option to retire before that. I said 45, but I ran, some numbers again yesterday. It might be more towards 50. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But what matters is I'm starting a retire now fund where, it's taxable. Yes, I have to pay taxes now, and it sucks. That's life. It's a stupid government. They take the majority of our paycheck and they give you nothing in return. But that's the life. What am I going to do? Not pay taxes? Go to jail? So anyway, it's in a taxable. So, like I said, I'm making $1,200, $1,300 this month in dividends/distributions, and I am going to manually reinvest it. However, if I wanted to, I could just take that money out and, go on a, buy a fancy dinner, buy my wife something. I could buy my son something, something like that, and I won't feel it, right? It's not coming from my work income. It's coming from, my money, making money for me. But I don't want to do that yet. I want to reinvest everything that I can. So that's the plan. And so yeah, I just thought that comment was funny because it's so true. Yes, invest in retirement. We're all going to be millionaires when we're old farts, right? And we can't do what we do today. I'm 41, so I'm up there. For those of you that are in your 20s or 30s, if you start this now, you could retire sooner than me. And you may have a better start than me too. Again, I got 2 kids. I'm paying for daycare. I got bills, and so I can't really, use a lot of my funds for this. I use some, and we'll see. And also with this YouTube thing, you never know. I might make some money on it. I'm not making money now, but I don't qualify to make money. One day that may happen if you guys keep watching this channel. And then I can, I'll share the stats on that too. Probably probably be shit in the beginning, but who knows? It may turn into something. And if I do make YouTube money, that'll go all into stocks, of course. And by the way, the only money I would make is through YouTube, not through any other bullshit, that I'll charge for. I know these people, what is it called? Patreon? Join my Patreon. No? How about not? How about I'll pass on that? How about I watch it for free? Why would I pay for your newsletter, or this and that, when I could watch you talk for free? Just like this. Who's gonna, I don't know. These are all everyday people. Everyone's got a different opinion, but you should not have to pay for someone's opinion. Sure, a financial advisor, if you want, you can pay for his opinion because he's licensed, he's all that. But he's also, just so straight and narrow. He works for a company. If he's on his own, fine. He may have his own opinion, but if he works for a company, he's on the straight and narrow, which by the way, they tell you to do what I was just explaining. Put all your money in retirement. And then when you retire, take 4% of your income out, and then you'll live on it. But why would I take money out when I can invest in companies that pay dividends of 4%? Nowadays, I can get that easily in safe stocks. Again, YieldMax is higher risk, obviously. So, even SCHD pays 3%. Companies like Realty Income, they're at like 5%. I mean, you kidding me? 4% rule? Bullshit. Don't that's such crap. It pisses me off. I should do a Friday commute just on the 4% rule rant. It's just, I can't. And you can't even explain this to people either, because nobody listens. Nobody cares. They just say, I have my guy. Oh, no, it's in an account. It's doing its thing. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to understand how they can make, invest their own money. And it's really a shame. And it starts with the schools, really. So hopefully, you guys got kids. Teach them early, man. Teach them early. What do you do with your money, right? Put in a savings account? No. Buy savings bonds? No. You buy dividend stocks. You buy things that pay you back, income generating assets. That's what you buy. You don't put it in a stupid savings account. I mean, if the kid's 2 years old, savings account? Seriously? I know they're paying decent now, but even still, there's other options. They don't need the money, forever, for a long ass time, till they're 18 at least. And hopefully even then they don't touch it. But, there's so many options out there. But we're it's on us to spread the word. And I try to always spread the word. I try to teach people. My first question sometimes with people at work, what do you invest in at work? Do you do a Roth? Nobody knows. It's just sad. But nobody wants to take the time to learn it either. Again, that's why I have this YouTube, because I like talking about it to people that actually care. I like talking about investing. I like talking about my journey. I like talking about, my mistakes. I don't care. You guys can learn from my mistakes, because I've made plenty of them. By the way, if you guys like my channel, you'll see I probably have 140 videos out there. I've had this channel for quite some time. So, and you'll see I've been into many different things. I've been into crypto. I've been into, crowdfunding investments, like real estate investments, and then, different things. And I also, I made some other informative content when I had more time, the pre-kid days. So some of that content may actually be better than what you're accustomed to here. But, obviously as time goes on, I become, a little more knowledgeable from learning from my mistakes. But, again, if you want to learn options, I do have some options videos that I think are pretty good. From what I remember, at least. That was me a couple years ago, but maybe a year or two ago. But I don't know. You be the judge. Check out my old videos. if you guys like my channel, please. I kept them up there. I don't even know. Some of them are probably really stupid, but some of them are probably still decent. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right, back to the agenda that I completely forgot. What the hell else did I want to talk about? Sorry for the gaps in the video here, but I'm just thinking on the go. I'm almost at work anyway, so I can't really talk about much at this point. But yeah, I guess I'll just one thing I'll cover one more time is, what is my strategy, right, for these funds? Oh no, that's what I wanted to talk about. What are we investing in? All right, when it comes to covered call ETFs, especially the YieldMax funds, because there's a lot of negative videos, right? They're saying, oh, this is a yield trap. It's not a yield trap, because we're basically investing in the fund manager, essentially, because we're putting our money, not only in the trust of the underlying stock, but we're putting our money in the trust of the fund manager. And we're saying, okay, take this money and play options with my money on this stock and do well, make the right moves, and then pay me what you do, or not, right? If you don't make anything, then don't pay me. So that's the thought. That's the general idea behind it. So we're not saying, TSLY has a consistent 60% dividend yield, distribution yield. We're just saying that here's my money, go play options on this stock and make me money. That's all we're saying, right? That's the risk. If they do well, guess what? We get a piece of that pie. We get that premium income. We get that interest income. If they don't do well, then we don't get paid that much. Or if, there's going to be a point in time, I guarantee it, where 1 month we'll get nothing. So I would not be surprised. It could happen. But these guys are pretty damn good so far. And the fact that we got 58 cents this month, this was a bad month. This was Tesla just went way too up, way too down, way too fast. And we got burnt. And we got, 58 cents? That's amazing. I don't know how the hell they did that, but they did it. So these guys, they know what they're doing. These are the experts. So here, take my 1% and do your thing, right? Pay me what you can. Obviously, you have the risk of the original investment to go down too. But that's mainly on the underlying. Obviously, a lot in the timing of the options too, but if you trust the underlying, it should balance out. But what I was going to say before too is, if you buy these ETFs at the right price, at the right time, then you should be good. Here's an example. I don't know what happened with Apple. I didn't have time to look, but Apple was down yesterday, right? Apple was down. I'm not sure what they were down, but I know Apple was down 3%. Probably some, drastic news. So, Apple dropped 3%. And for those of you that know the stock market, especially in these safer big tech funds, a big drop one day could typically lead to a safe incline the next day. So I bought Apple yesterday. That was down 3%. I'm expecting it to go back up today. And guess what? If it doesn't go back up yet and it goes back down, I'll buy a little more Apple. And then so on and so forth. Because eventually, guess what? With Apple, what goes up, what goes down must go back up, right? So that's what I'm doing. If bad news comes, obviously when you get bad news on Tesla, it drops way more typically than Apple. That's just, that's why it's more volatile. But, again, any of these shares, like if the underlying has bad news and the ETF goes down, why not average down? Those are the times. Because once it catches back up, you'll have a capital gain. And if you have a capital gain, that's great. And then, if you can grow that capital gain, then there will be no, eating into your return on capital or this NAV bullshit, whatever. So, again, that's my plan. I'm going to average these suckers down until I have a capital gain on all of them. I'm going to be green as hell. All my stocks are going to show green. I share this on my Instagram all the time, by the way. I'll do posts on you. I know most of you guys on here don't watch the Instagram crap, but I'll do account updates on YouTube to see how that's performing, by the way, weekly, monthly, etc. But I think half of mine are green, half of them are red. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to make them all green. That's what I'm going to do. TSLY, I'm in the red. It's going to take a while to get green unless Tesla can, move its ass up. So again, we shall see. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, I know I went a little longer. I apologize. I apologize for screwing up the agenda too, because I wanted to talk about a bunch of things, and I can't remember. When you're driving, you're commuting, you're stupid. Warning lights on. There's deer across the freaking roads. You can't remember shit. But anyway, if you tuned in this long, I do. It is very appreciated. Whether you enjoy this bullshit content or not, it is very much appreciated. If you want to keep the conversation going, I made a Discord for like a kind of a live chat purpose. I'll put the link to this video if I remember, to the Discord if you guys wanted to join. And I guess that's it. I'm off to work. I'm almost there. It takes me about an hour to get to work. Yeah, I know that sucks, but I work from home 3 days a week, so it's not all in all too bad. But that's why we're here. We're getting out of the rat race, right? I want the option to not have to work, to not have to drive 1 hour to sit into an empty office on the computer. But corporate America, baby. We're stuck in it. Let's get out together. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.